Yo, what is up guys? My name is G-Legend. Today, we're going to be talking about how to counter aggressive players in Battlefield 1. Now, the aggressive players are all over Battlefield. Usually, the most aggressive players are the ones with the assault class gunning everybody down and are the most annoying in smaller game modes like Team Deathmatch or War Pigeons. Both of them are perfect for these kinds of guys. This is what you can do though to lessen the effect that these kinds of players have on the battlefield. There's a few things that we can do. We'll be talking about three strategies that you can do. Alright, so if that interests you, then don't go anywhere guys, because we're just getting started. Alrighty guys, so let's get started right away. Now there's two things that you need to understand, and we'll get them out of the way before anything. Understand that one, players that are aggressive with aggressive playstyles are probably using either assault or engineer, most likely assault. Alright, because engineer doesn't quite work that way, but there might be some, a few daring souls out there that are gonna try using an engineer class, but usually they're assault. Now, that's number one. Number two, remember that a player who defends well for his team, like a sniper, is not considered aggressive. Therefore, aggressive players are likely running assault or possibly engineer. Just know that, because it's gonna help you make a counter strategy. If you know that, you know how you can counter these guys, or at least it's easier to figure it out. So now that we got that out of the way, we're gonna go with three strategies, and let's get started with that. Number one strategy, not number one strategy, but this is the first one that we're gonna be talking about. They're all equal in the sense that there really isn't one that's better, because everybody is different and everybody will have different strengths and weaknesses on the battlefield. So we'll be talking about three. Now the first one, you can go sniper. Alright, doing this counters the aggressiveness of the enemy with passiveness, if that makes sense. This is a good way to actually counter the aggressive players, because you'll be able to attack them and kill them from a distance that they are ineffective at. Alright, so also, don't forget to spy your enemies. That's a big one. This also helps counter rushers, because it tells your squad members where their location is. So definitely consider being a sniper, but if you don't want to consider that, if you don't like us being a sniper, that's fine. I have two more strategies for you. Now, number two, second strategy, you can go elite. Now, if you choose this route, you need to think of two things the whole time. You need to think passiveness, and you need to think about prioritizing survival over kills. The best way to counter aggressive players is passively, because you'll always think smarter and you'll always be more efficient than the enemy is overall. You need to be up close and in the heat of the battle to use the elite classes, of course. So in order to play passively with the elite class, or like the flame trooper, like the sentry kit, and still counter aggressive playstyles, you need to prioritize survival over kills. Now, how do you do that? Well, there's actually a few ways. Just don't engage if you can't win. That's a big one. Do not be too conservative about the amount of bullets or the amount of fire that you're actually using. Just let her rip. And then number three, when you reach 50 health or below, get in a building, hide in a corner, and wait for it to regenerate. Also, request a medic. Even if there's none around, you gotta request it anyway. Just do it. Don't forget, if you see any unoccupied horse nearby, this is on a side note, you can get it. You can press the directional button, get on it, press the directional button if you're on console, and you can drop an ammo pouch or health pouch for yourself, and then you just get off the horse and you take it. So that's a good thing to remember. So that's gonna cover it for strategy 2. Now, if you don't like that, I still have another one for you. If you like being on the ground, you like being infantry, you like using the 4 classes, okay, here is what you can do to counter the aggressiveness with the 4 classes. Go support. That's strategy number 3. You want to go support. You can equip the support class and help your team's own aggressive players. The two things that you need to think about when you're doing this is spotting enemies and using the mortar. Oh man, the mortar is going to help you guys out a lot. So if you use the mortar effectively, you can do some serious damage to enemy infantry and enemy vehicles, which will significantly help your team weaken enemy force. So that is why the mortar is so important. If you can master it, if you can get the hang of it, which will come with experience, you guys will get the hang of it if you haven't already. if you get the hang of it, you can really help out the aggressive players on your own team, which will then help counter, or ultimately help counter the aggressive players on the enemy team. So the mortar is a big one. And spawning enemies is also huge because it will help your squad members see aggressive enemy players easier and have the upper hand because of it. So this is how you can help your team. Ultimately, you guys can ultimately take out these guys, these aggressive players. So that's a team effort. Alrighty guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.